The sound that pulled me back wasn't pain, it was ringing. Sharp, clean, mechanical, like an alarm clock screaming inside my skull. I opened my eyes to darkness that wasn't empty. It had weight, texture, the kind that presses against you from every direction. My body felt wrong, like I was borrowing it, heavy where it shouldn't be, numb where it mattered most. The ringing softened into a steady tone, and then into a voice. "Cassie, stay with me. Don't close your eyes." The voice didn't come from the dark, it came from everywhere at once. I tried to speak, but my mouth wouldn't move. My chest hitched instead, shallow breaths scraping through my throat. I felt cold air rush past my arms. Rain. The smell of wet asphalt and burning rubber filled my nose. Light bled into my vision. Headlights, flashing amber, red and blue. I was standing in the middle of a road. Not a motel room, not a dream. A road I didn't recognize, stretching in both directions until it vanished into the storm. My Pinto sat skewered against a guardrail ahead of me, its front end folded like paper. Steam hissed from the hood. Glass glittered across the pavement like broken stars. A semi-truck rested in a ditch nearby, hazard lights blinking in a tired rhythm. Someone was shouting. A man paced between the vehicles, yelling into a radio, his boots splashing through puddles. He didn't look at me, didn't see me at all. My legs gave out. I hit the road hard, but it didn't hurt. Nothing did. I stared at my hands, flexing my fingers slowly, watching the rain pass through them like smoke. "You can't wish this one away." The voice came from behind me. I turned, heart racing even though I wasn't sure it was still beating. Aaron stood there, dry beneath the rain. Same calm face, same steady eyes. His coat hung perfectly, untouched by the storm. "Am I dead?" I asked. "Not yet," he said, "but you're close." He snapped his fingers. The world lurched. I was standing again, inches from my car, from myself. My body was slumped over the steering wheel, twisted unnaturally. A shard of metal from the guardrail punched through my abdomen, pinning me to the seat. Blood streaked the windshield in long, uneven arcs. The radio glowed faintly on the dash. 102.2 FM. Still playing. A warped, cheerful tune crackled through blown speakers, fighting the rain. I couldn't breathe. "I didn't mean to," I whispered. "I was just trying to stay awake." "I know," Aaron said gently. "That's why it works." I turned to him, anger boiling through the fear. "Works for what?" "For getting you here." Memory rushed back in pieces. The rain, the road disappearing under my headlights, the radio getting louder, clearer, like it wanted my attention. The motel sign glowing ahead like a promise. "I never parked there, did I?" "No," he replied. "You didn't." My stomach dropped. "You drifted," he continued. "Just enough. The station did the rest." I shook my head. "Why me?" Aaron studied me for a long moment. "Because you were listening." He placed his palm against my forehead. The road dissolved. Warmth spread through me, deep and calming, like sinking into a bath after days in the cold. Fear melted away, replaced by something dangerously close to relief. When I opened my eyes again, I was back in the motel room. The storm was gone. The air felt still, frozen in time. Aaron stood near the door, watching me with quiet satisfaction. "What happens now?" I asked. He didn't answer. Instead, he held out his hand. My car keys rested in his palm. I looked down. My backpack sat neatly packed on the bed. My clothes were dry, clean, like I had never worn them in the rain at all. I took the keys. The door opened without a sound. The parking lot outside was empty. No rain, no wind, just cracked pavement under a dull, unmoving sky. I walked to my car. The Pinto started instantly, engine purring like it hadn't almost killed me an hour earlier. Before driving off, I pulled the quarter from my pocket. "I think I'll keep the change," I said, turning back. Aaron was gone. The quarter clinked softly onto the pavement. I drove. The motel vanished behind me, neon fading into nothing. The road stretched on, smooth and straight. Then the surroundings began to thin. Trees blurred, buildings melted away, stars blinked out one by one until the sky was empty. The headlights stopped illuminating anything at all. Then the car faded, then my hands, then me. I drifted in darkness that felt almost kind. The last thing I thought of was home. Almost. I opened my eyes to a void, but it was different this time. Not cold, not threatening. It hummed faintly, like the low vibration of an engine idling just out of sight. I could feel it in my bones, in the hollow spaces between my ribs. My name echoed softly, a whisper that seemed to come from everywhere at once. Cassandra. Cassandra. I tried to move, but my body was light, almost liquid. It shifted as I willed it, but only just enough to feel my feet graze some surface. A road, maybe? A bridge? I couldn't tell. There was a faint glow ahead, golden, almost comforting. The kind of light you remember from childhood, like sunlight through the blinds in your old red room. But there was no room, no blinds, only the road and the air thick with mist. And then I saw them. Shadows. Figures, half-formed, moving in slow, deliberate arcs along the edges of the glow. Their heads tilted unnaturally, too far to the side, watching me. Each step I tried to take echoed in the empty space, like it carried weight far beyond my own. My breath, or what I imagined as breath, came out in shallow bursts. Cassandra. Cassandra. The voice came again, this time closer, yet it didn't belong to anyone I could see. "Do not be afraid." "Who's there?" I asked, my voice shaking even in this weightless nothingness. The words barely formed before the space absorbed them, scattering the sound. A form emerged from the mist. Tall, almost impossibly so. It wore a coat like Aaron's, the rain slicker from the motel, only darker, heavier. Its face was obscured, pale beneath the hood, but I could feel eyes on me, smothering, relentless. "You're safe, for now," it said, gentle but firm. "But you must remember." "Remember what?" I asked, though every instinct in me screamed to run. There was nowhere to run, nothing to run. The forest, the border town, the whispers you ignored as a child, the things you saw but forgot. A chill ran through me, though there was no air, no wind. I remembered, or maybe I imagined I remembered. The forest behind my old house, dark and endless. The creek that seemed to hum with voices when the wind was just right. My friends disappearing for hours, only to return with pale faces and wide, haunted eyes. The way the trees seemed to lean in just a little too close. I had pushed it all away when I left home, convinced the memories were mistakes, nightmares conjured by boredom and fear. "Every story begins somewhere," the figure continued, "even the ones that follow you into dreams, into radios, into cars you thought were yours alone." I felt a tug at my chest, a force pulling me forward. I stumbled, or the world stumbled me, and I was moving, my hands brushing mist, fingers catching shapes that shouldn't exist, shapes like broken faces, outlines of children I couldn't name, all staring, all whispering my name. Then I heard it, a radio. The melody was faint at first, then stronger, like the distant echo of 102.2 FM. The tune warped and cracked, but I knew it. I remembered every note. I could feel it vibrating through this strange dimension, filling the emptiness with sound and memory. "Follow the signal. It is the only path back," the figure said. I moved instinctively toward the music, though my mind screamed that this was impossible. Every step felt both infinite and non-existent. Faces from my past flickered in the mist. My father, my little sister, strangers I had sketched in notebooks, all distorted, all watching, all waiting. They didn't speak, they didn't move, they simply existed, tethered to this place as I was. The road bent in impossible angles, looping back on itself. Trees, or what looked like trees, stretched and arched overhead, their branches like fingers pointing. Whispers drifted across the air, words I almost recognized. Do not leave, do not forget, do not fail. Then, abruptly, the mist parted. Ahead, a motel glowed faintly in the distance. Not serene, not the one I had stayed in, but similar.